Well, this is not new news to anyone. Wait a minute. Did I just say new news? New news. This is not new news to anyone that Daniel Jones decided to sign with the Minnesota Vikings. But in case you didn't know, now you know. Says former Giants QB Daniel Jones is signing with the Vikings, sources tell NFL on Fox. Jones had several options, but prioritized a team in contention with a QB-friendly offensive system and a coaching staff known for maximizing player potential. You know what I heard in there? I heard a lot of blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you what Daniel Jones is really thinking, all right? The Minnesota Vikings have J.J. McCarthy, who will essentially be a rookie next season. Sam Darnold is a one-year quarterback. He is not under contract for next season. So while all those things that Daniel Jones said could be true, it is also an opportunity for him to maybe battle for either becoming that new bridge quarterback in the wake that Sam Darnold is not re-signed after the 2024 season, or to legitimately, audition for somebody else somewhere else. So I don't believe that it had very little to do. I would say a fraction of a percent of QB friendly, blah, blah, blah. Daniel Jones wants an opportunity to play. I do think that some of that stuff, if it's true, but it's like 10, 15%. Now, why am I talking about this with the Detroit Lions? Well, because Daniel Jones is signing with the practice squad of the Minnesota Vikings, not the roster. We ain't talking about the roster. We talking about the practice squad. So what does that mean? That means that he will be part of that group that can be poached by another team. Now, Daniel Jones, from what I read, I just did some research on this, that heading into 2024, that those 4 protections that were available during the COVID years are now gone. That's what the website said. I cannot verify that for sure via the NFL operations website. I am super nervous to say things now because it's things that I thought I knew that I don't want to be wrong about. But so what that mean? What does that mean? That means that very similar to a guy like Tim Patrick. When we signed Tim Patrick, he knew that he wanted to go to the 53-man roster because that's what the Detroit Lions, I would assume, told him as he was signed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gone anywhere else. Or it could have gone somewhere that he was going to be an automatic starter or, more likely. But they said, hey, we'll bring you in. We got plans to bring you up because we only had 4 wide receivers at the time. And that's exactly what they did. Now, the Detroit Lions could go poach Daniel Jones from the Minnesota Vikings practice squad. The Minnesota Vikings, according to this article, can no longer protect those 4 players, but they could elevate him to the active roster in order to save him. That has been done to our team, that we've had somebody poached. Have we? No, I don't think we have. We waived somebody and they got claimed by waivers. That was Trevor Nowalski last year. But if we wanted to protect, let's say, Donovan Peoples-Jones, we would have to bring him up to the 53-man roster. We do have that option. Now, if we were to go sign Daniel Jones or go poach him from the Vikings practice squad, then he would have to go to the 53-man roster. Therefore, something would have to be done with Hendon Hooker. So do I think we're going to do this? I don't. But it was weird because I tell you what, I think Dan Campbell is a master at deception. As a matter of fact, I had it on here. But I didn't name it, and that's my fault. Theatricality and deception. We are initiated, so we know about Dan. He is excellent at what he does when he's, being deceiving. And he's not going to tell you everything. He was asked about Daniel Jones yesterday. He said that they hadn't talked about it, so he can't say that they are looking at him or that they're not looking at him. And I'm like, bruh, okay, all right. So I'm saying to myself, okay, well, somebody's leaking these reports somewhere. But the Detroit Lions, if they want it, they still have an opportunity to go get Daniel Jones. If the Minnesota Vikings, I would assume that they would add him to the 53-man roster. But if I'm the Detroit Lions, now we do have Jake Fromm. We do have him, that if Hendon Hooker comes down, if Jared Goff goes down, then we can bring up Hendon, or we can bring up Fromm to help out. But I'm not going to lie. I would probably I wouldn't feel that bad with Daniel Jones, but it looks like I think that he truly did want to come here, but he knows that Jared Goff is going nowhere anytime soon. And I think he he going to play that little shy, quiet game. Yeah, help me develop. I'm coming, right? I'm coming for you. So I think that he knows that Jared Goff is very secure. The Lions are very secure in Jared Goff, and he ain't going nowhere. Now, I understood that he wanted to be a backup, but I think every backup quarterback wants their opportunity to prove themselves again, especially look at Sam Darnold, look at Baker Mayfield, look at those guys. But I look at it like this. Daniel Jones would have been smart to come here, come to Detroit. We get a couple blowouts. He goes in, right? So we'll see. But anyway, we'll see how that turns out. I would be surprised if he is a Minnesota Viking next year, if Sam Darnold does finish. But Daniel Jones, man, we still got an opportunity at him if we saw fit. But of course, the Minnesota Vikings would be able to put him on their 53. But looks like that. I really think that we were on the radar. I do. If you look again, you see that several teams. Jones had several options, but prioritized a team in contention with a QB-friendly offensive system. So that first part, several options, I do believe that the Detroit Lions were one of those options. So give me your thoughts down below. I know with the video, man, the pushback that I got was, it was unexpected. I was expecting the majority of the comment section to just be ruthless, just destroy Daniel Jones and destroy me for my thoughts on Daniel Jones. But surprisingly, most of you were like, yo, yeah. Like, I don't know if I can trust Hendon Hooker. And yeah, we know what Daniel Jones is, but we know what he can be as well. We don't know that with Hendon Hooker in the NFL. So I was actually surprised to get a lot of positive feedback. It shows that, there is a second chance in the NFL. You just got to have the right system in place. So we'll see what happens, man. But this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.